Hey YouTube, it's Engineer Pat 5290 coming to you live from my workshop, and today we're going to be doing a coat rack using railroad spikes. I had this rack custom built when I was in high school. I built this myself. It was actually originally had nails in it. I've decided to take them out and put railroad spikes on. I think it's going to be a great little project for me to do, and plus, you know, since my office has a lot of trains in it, figured just do this to make it just carry on the tradition. So I've got a few spikes here that I'm going to put in. I only have two right now, but I just want to show you guys just to get the idea of the project and what I'm going to be doing with this. So I'm just going to do two for the one or two for the time's sake. First of all, let's talk shop safety real quick. Remember, always wear proper safety equipment, including safety glasses. If you wear glasses like I do, you should always wear them above your glasses to prevent anything from flying up or getting caught into your eyes. It really hurts. So it's important that we wear goggles and or safety glasses. So I'm going to put mine on. You can see mine are on right now. I know I've got focused on the subject here. So the first thing we want to do is figure out where do you want to have them. I've removed all the nails and I've removed the mounting screws on the door. I want to try to put it in the same spot. And you want to cut it. I'm going to use one of these spikes just for sake for demonstration. You see, you want to cut it like a square, so the point will go into the hole. So we take a chisel and we just figure out where we want it. You can engrave it with this and then just start cutting it out. So how are you going to cut it out? With just a little chisel. So we start chipping away. See, I've already made a cut into the wood. And sometimes, if you want to, you can take a drill bit and do the same thing. You keep whittling this stuff out with the various chisels that you have and try to just whittle it away. And that's what I'm going to try to do here. Stop this for a minute and just kind of show you guys what I've done. You see that little dimple right there in the wood? That's the area that I have cut out with the chisel, and I'm just kind of slowly just chipping this away. It's not a very fast process. You have to take your time with this because you just have to take your time and figure out where you want it. Kind of loosen up by scraping it just a little bit. Try to cut it out. And remember that your chisels always have to be sharp. See how easy it's going through this wood. And this is just pine. Pine works. Cedar works, but I had pine in my shop and I figured just go ahead and use what I have. See, I've got the zoom in now where you can see what I'm really doing. And the square is not going to be perfect, okay? Just if some of you are wondering how good it's going to look when it comes out, the square is not going to be perfect. It might be off just a little bit. That's okay. And now, as you see, the square on, let's see, let me find it right here. You see it? You see it's been cut out some, and see we're getting down into the wood now. And that's a good thing. That's a good thing because you're getting right through it. So, I'm just using the small one to kind of whittle this stuff away. Let's see, you can get the medium grade. Kind of scrape some of that out of there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stop whittling right now. And what I'm getting ready to do is I will get a drill and a bit to kind of clean some of this out. And then from there we'll be able to shape the square. So just give me a few minutes till I get the drill and a drill bit ready, and I will be right back. Hey guys, Engineer Pat 5290 back at my shop, and we're getting ready to drill out this little square that I have chiseled out. As you're probably wondering why I've got that piece of wood right there, is to protect the finish of the wood, because the inside of the vise makes a print, and you don't want that on something delicate like this. Well, it doesn't matter because the way this edge is turned down on the door, I just don't want it to mess up the finish. So I have a bit here in my 1/2-inch drill. As you can see, it's one of the old school ones. It's got one of those chuck keys on it. Make sure it is tight. And before I get started, I'll put my trusty safety goggles on. And now I'm ready to go. You just want to do a nice even stroke with the drill. You want to remember, it's got to stay plumb, okay? So I will go ahead and tilt it up. And I'll go ahead and move the camera just a little bit. Move the camcorder back. Alright, away we go. Once you get started, it's pretty easy. Right now we just reverse and see that area is now done. It's all been drilled out. I will go ahead and take my goggles off, and I will go ahead and get it out of the vise so I can show it to you guys. All right. Now, as you see here, where that hole has been drilled, you see it got through a lot of that wood. Now we just have to chisel it back out to get it like a square, and that's going to take, as obvious, some time. I'll move the camera back to about where it was. Then I'll be able to start whittling this thing out. See, now I've got a better idea of where this is going to be going. So I've got the small chisel, and I'm just going to be taking it and start whittling more of it out. So you want to pry it out to get some of that junk out of there. You can certainly do that, but just be very careful though, because you don't want to mess up the finish you've already put on the rack itself. Just about got it carved out. That drill bit really helped. Alright, as you can see, it's been carved out into a square. Now I have to put it back into the vise here, and I'll be able to clean all of this out. So just give me a few minutes to set it back up, and I'll be right back. Hey YouTube, I'm back again, and I've got the overtop shot of me cleaning out the hole. I did not do it on the previous part, but I'm going to do it again for this part. So what I've got here is the same drill and the same bit. What I'm going to be doing with this is just kind of cleaning out the hole and to kind of make it out like a square. So away we go. The only thing I did there was just kind of clean it up and to make it look more like a square. And it turned out pretty good, as you can see. I'll zoom in so you can see it. It still has a little bit of roundness to it, but for this stage, that's pretty good. So now I just have to get a small file, one that can get into tight corners to kind of even out the corners. So this is the kind of file that you need. As you can see, a round file also works, but this one gets into the corners a little bit more. See, I'm just simply filing it down, especially in the corners. Just move it up and down. See, I just cleaned it out some, as you can see. I'm going all four sides to smooth it out. Alright. Now, as you can see, it's more into a square. As you can see, with the help of the drill bit and the files, it really helped get the hole cleaned out. So, well, there's the square. The final touch is getting the spike on. That's the best part. Alright, just bear tight with me and I'll be right back. Hey YouTube, it's me again. Just want to let you know this. I've got the spike ready. The square is a little bit big and that's okay. It gives a little bit of extra room to get it in there. As you can see, I have painted it. I've buffed the little bit of rust that was on it. One of them I had to touch up with the Dremel tool to get around the head in the tight areas where the bench grinder cannot get, and I painted it black and the paint has been cured. A common question is, how do you protect the head? Well, this is what you can do. You can wrap it with a paper towel and then gently tap it with a hammer. It will work that way, and plus it will protect the finish on it. So what I'm going to do now is tap it in. You don't want to tap this too far in because you want to remember you got to get it back on the door. So and that is pretty tight. You don't want it too tight, but it also protected the finish on the top. Well, a little bit of paint came off of it, which is not too bad. But well, there you have it. That's the way to do it. And that's sort of the plan that I had, but I will go ahead and finish this off. And see right there, it split the wood a little bit, but that's okay. But that's just the way to do it. If you're interested in doing it that way, I wanted to just do a little quick demonstration of that. So anyway, there you have it. I hope all of you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions about what I did, what material I used, leave me comments. I'd love to see what you guys think. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm Engineer Pat, and I'll see you next time. Hey YouTube, it's Engineer Pat. Just wanted to bring you guys a little update on the project. I'm going to stick with the spike I've already dug in, but as you see right there, I have actually painted 2 of these old date nails. As you can see, this one here, I can bring it up so the camera can see it. It's lettered 44. That was manufactured in 1944. I painted these silver so you can see them. See, this is another one that was made in 1947. And I've got another one here that I just buffed that was from 1940. And these make really good hooks since the nail heads, the nail holes are already there. The spike I think is going to be a little too heavy, but I wanted to just try it out. But I'm just using some old Color Place aluminum paint. And I've buffed these completely, I mean completely, with a bench grinder / Dremel. And I'm going to show you guys which one turn this little bad boy into a regular nail into a shiny nail. So this is where all the fun begins. This is another way you can do the hooks for your rack if you want, because these are the years and they make them so cool. So I'm going to go ahead and zoom in the camera. Tilt it down a little bit. See, I've got it on that piece of wood. Shake up my paint. And now the action begins. Look at that. look at that. Even I'm getting the head too, all in the same go-round. Look at this. But anyway, that's just a little demonstration here of a little bit on how this little bad boy turned out. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? I'm going to do it a little touch-up. And this Color Place paint you can get from Walmart. It's really, really good paint. And that's some of the best paint, some of the best cheap paint you can get. But just look how stunning that is, man. This is absolutely stunning. So just let that sit on there for a little bit. I'll go ahead and install it, and I'll give you guys a whole overview of what the whole thing's going to look like. So anyway, that's all I have right now. I'm Engineer Pat, and I'll see you in just a bit. Hey YouTube, I'm back again. I've got one of the date nails in. I'm getting ready to install the other one on the other side. Protect the finish of the nail like the spike. Take the rag. Get a good spot. Cover the head and gently tap it in. And we want to make sure that the year of the nail is out so everybody can see it. So we just tap it gently. About 5 taps with a hammer is pretty good, and you can see it's in there pretty soon. I might want to go and give it one more tap. It's in there just a little bit better. About 5 to 6 taps with a hammer, and it's in there, buddy. As you can see how stunning it is. The wood split, I'm just trying to fix that up with some glue. But this turned out really, really nice, as you can see. I've got the spike in there. I've got this other hole here I'm going to do another spike with. Just cut it out with the smaller chisel this time. Okay, because I'll be able to get a smaller hole. And it's just the same procedure from there. And I'll let you guys watch me go back to work with this. So you can actually drill the hole out if you want to, and then just clean it up. It's a little bit faster. But check the size of your bit. If you think it's going to be too big, then change it, and that's what I'm going to do right now. So to unscrew the chuck, you just twist it back, lefty-loosey as always, and that's what you need to do to change that. I will go back and switch the drill bit out, and I'll be right back. Hey YouTube, I'm back. Getting ready to get the nitty-gritty going here. Go ahead and tighten up that chuck. You only have to tighten it up in one hole. You don't have to worry about twisting it, but with the chuck key, it's pretty secure. I like the chuck keys because you know the chuck is going to be in there. But let me kind of put this in my vise. I know I'm kind of blocking the camera view there for a second, but I'll go ahead and switch the camera. And I'll raise the camera up in just a second. Kind of, whoops, I don't want it to be. So, it's in there secure now. What I'm going to do is I'm going to raise the camera so you guys can get a rooftop shot of the whole deal. I'm going to drill out this hole right here. Let me get the drill. And make sure you have plenty of cord, because plus you don't want it to get around you and get you tripped up in it, because that's a good way of getting somebody hurt. And that's something you don't want to happen on your job site. You don't want anybody hurt. See, my drill is in there now. I'm going to carefully drill it out. Getting through it, I'm guessing the bit is kind of dull. Take it out for a second. Just about through. As you can see, there's smoke on the bit. That means there's just a lot of friction. Sometimes the friction will prevent the bit from going down, so clean your bit after so many seconds of use. Then just put it right back in. Let her keep going. I'm finally through it. And I've reversed the drill. Clean it off. Now, since you've got a hot tip, what do? You leave it on something metal, because the metal will not absorb the heat. Not like a piece of plastic. You do not put it near any plastic at all, because the heat will melt the plastic. And a possibility of that is setting a fire, and you don't want that to happen. Since the wood split is still there, I'm just going to clamp it real quick. Just a quick and easy clamp. Okay, the hole has been drilled out. Now you can pretty much whittle this into a square, or you can keep waddling with it, you know, kind of widen the hole a little bit. And you can also change bits as well, and that's what I'm going to do now, to kind of widen the hole. I've got a bigger bit that I can do that with. It only takes a second to change it. And I'm just going to widen the hole just a little bit. Uh-oh. Chuck's not tight enough. If that happens, just check it again. Just go in easy. Okay. That widened the hole some. Just run it in and out. Alright, from there I can start whittling this into a square. So I'm going to go and whittle this out. I'll get the spike in, and the final results are coming. So anyway, I'll be right back. Alright YouTube, here's the finished product. I have actually just gotten the second spike in, and the other trick actually helped with the 2 drill bits compared to me whittling out the first time. So I did it 2 different ways. And 2 different ways is sometimes the best thing. You know, one way may not work. But the day nails came out really nice after I buffed them with a bench grinder and also painted them silver, which I think is flawless. I'm just waiting on the glue to dry for the back so I can go back and hang it up. This is a nice little project that you can do. It doesn't cost you anything. You just have to go out to the rails and find the stuff. And sometimes the wood you can just find in your own shop. And some of this wood actually came off of an old shoe rack that I had at the house. And I happened to use the wood and just clear coated it years ago, and just came out really, really nice. I glued it together, so no nails were required. Just put it up with some nails, and now I make it look a little more realistic with the spikes, since I'm a huge train enthusiast. So I thought I'd show this off real quick to show you guys the final results. So anyway, that's this video, and I hope all of you enjoyed this video, and I hope this is something you may pursue. Any questions or comments, I'll leave them in the description box, and please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you all very much for watching. I'm Engineer Pat, and I'll see you next time.